various corporates. Mainly, when I train people on various soft skills, which includes culture training. So today, we are going to talk about culture. And to be very precise, we are going to talk about British culture. Can you think of examples how British culture has influenced us? Any example?
We communicate.
Yes.
Language.
Yes. Very good.
Our dressing style.
Very good. British people were here in India for 150 years, so they have obviously influenced us in a big way. We have learned English, we speak good English because there was a British influence. Yes? Many practices like sati were abolished by British people. Yes? But the most important thing, something which I find very interesting, can you imagine? What must be that?
Football.
Yes, no, football is second. But what do Indians love?
Food.
Yes, tea.
Tea, okay.
The most important thing, food. And under that, I think tea. Right? Tea. We drink tea. Not
Where does cricket come?
cricket comes from England. Yes, of course.
In your list.
Cricket is the national game of England.
Yeah, no.
But now we have straight away hijacked it. No, rugby.
Football.
Really? It is. In one of the websites, it was written that cricket is the national game, and it said.
See, England introduced football, cricket, rugby to the world.
Yes.
That's right.
There was an interesting fact about cricket that I would love to share. They said that cricket initially was played in test matches. So they used to play endless test matches, and there was this test match that went on for 14 days, and 2 days were there in between which were off because it was Sunday, and Sundays were supposed to be church days. But the British had to leave for England because there was the last ship, and they said that another half an hour and we would have won this game.
Typical, isn't it?
Alright, but today what I want to talk about is about British food.
Yummy.
Great. So I think, what is culture? Culture is basically how we live our lives. And food, of course, forms an important component. So I will share with you what British food consists of and what is typical British food. Okay? So let's begin with breakfast. Breakfast is one of the most important meals during the day. A typical English breakfast consists of bacon, baked beans, fried toast, poached eggs, and sausages. That's a very heavy breakfast, but it's complete and nutritious, packed with proteins and carbohydrates that you would need throughout the day. Dinner or supper is taken very early during the day, around at 7 p.m. and it generally consists of 2 vegetables. Yes, you have a
What
question?
about lunch?
Lunch is the midday meal, which is also taken, which is similar to supper, which consists of 2 vegetables,
In England, breakfast, lunch.
tea, afternoon tea, high tea, and then comes the supper. Is what I read.
Breakfast, lunch, evening meal. So your 3 main meals. Supper is something just before you go to bed.
Oh, that's interesting. That's interesting.
Consists of fruits and light stuff.
That's an interesting piece of information that we have received. That's great
Like
because
first-hand
yes, the
information.
first-hand information that we have from someone who comes from England is always going to be
And half the stuff you read on the web is written by Yanks. I have no idea.
That's what. That's what we couldn't really find someone that would give us correct information. So one of the things that we need to remember is that always cross-check your information, right?
That's true.
So let's talk about tea. Tea is also the most important things that British people love to have. There's one afternoon tea and one high tea, as they said, which they have it at around 6 o'clock. So afternoon tea consists of fresh tea along with pastries, scones and bread is what they have with their afternoon tea. And in the high tea, what they said is they have cakes, they have tea bread and buns when they have this tea. Usually people who work prefer this evening tea, and the afternoon tea, which was there at 4 o'clock, this practice came into being when the rich ladies used to invite their friends over for afternoon tea. So this is how this practice started. Also, they have an interesting thing called as the Sunday, the lunch that they have on Sunday. That is considered to be a little different and special. On Sunday, they have 2 vegetables, roast meat, roast potato with a brown gravy. So that's what a typical English meal looks like on Sundays. Along with this, let's talk about British fast food. Fish and chips is considered to be their favorite takeaway meal. It's chips, as in the fried French fries that we have, and fish is dipped in batter or coated with breadcrumbs and fries, and it is fried, and it is considered to be a takeaway. It's not? Not in breadcrumbs. Okay, so it's just plain batter? Great. So that's a fast food that British people love to have. Originally, British cuisine was considered to be unfussy dishes combined with sauces which enhance their flavor rather than disguise it. But contemporary British cuisine is also modifying or bringing in or absorbing in the cuisines of different people who have settled in Britain. For example, yes, exactly. In Britain, you find a lot of Indians. In a recent survey that I read, they said that chicken tikka is considered to be their national dish. So I don't know how color.
It's going to be some stupid Indian who wrote that.
But there was also a survey which they said that the most commonly food that is ordered is the pizza, and which is closely followed by chicken curry.